Hey guys, welcome to JayWalk Media. This is Matt Miller, and watch what happens when this struggling single mother asks Trump a question and she starts to have a panic attack, and Trump can tell that she's getting very nervous. What Trump does next shows exactly what kind of a guy Trump really is. Check it out right here.
I'm a single mom to 2 kids here, and just in 3.5 years, my child tax credit has decreased by 80%, almost.
You get what? Excuse me?
Her child tax credit has
Okay.
decreased by 80%.
That's
Sorry, my child tax credit
Right.
has decreased by almost
Right.
80%. Daycare for the lowest amount is roughly $1,400 a month for one child here.
yeah.
Last year, I broke my neck. I almost lost.
You have a beautiful voice, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
I'm having a panic attack right now. Like, don't panic.
I'm right here with you.
But last year I had broken my neck, and I tried applying for any kind of assistance and was denied because I did not make less than $700 a month. And I'm shaking like a freaking leaf. I cannot stop. So I could not afford daycare. I obviously was having to go through physical therapy and a lot of issues, and I'm still having issues to this day.
Right, I understand.
But what kind of realistic changes that do you think you can provide single parents, married parents, any kind of parent to just simply afford children in today's world with the
And
way
it's not
things
fair,
are?
right? It is not fair.
No.
You never heard of Ivanka, right? Ivanka. My daughter drove me crazy on this. We had the simplest, most beautiful I gave you the largest tax cuts in the history of our country, okay? Larger than the Reagan cuts, larger. But my daughter, Ivanka, she said, Dad, we have to do tax credits for women, for the child tax credits. She was driving me crazy. Then I did it, and I got it just about done. Dad, you've got to double it up. I said, Ivanka, it was actually more complicated than the entire bill, but I got it done. And what we're going to do, and I'm going to because I understand exactly what you're saying, we're going to readjust things so that it's fair to everybody, because it's really not fair to everybody. But we have a lot. And we're going up higher, but we're also going to readjust because you have to make some readjustments. It's unfair to some people, and we're not going to have that. But she was the one that got it started. Those were our credits. Those were not the Democrat credits. A lot of Republicans said, rightfully, don't do it because we never get credit for that. We're not known for that. But the truth is, I wanted to put it all in the form of the tax cut. So I got the maximum tax cut, but we're also bringing down the taxes for companies and for people. We're bringing it down to 15%. And for companies, only if you make your product, build your product in the USA. Otherwise, you don't get it.
So as soon as Trump senses that this single mother is struggling to ask her a question and that she's nervous, what does Trump do? He comforts her and says, you have a very beautiful voice, by the way. And that's just, something that he said probably to try to put her at ease, to let her know that he's on her side. He wants to have a nice conversation with her. He's not going to fire back at her or get aggressive or anything. And you can tell that it works. The woman is, put at ease, and she's able to ask her question. She says, she admits to everybody in the studio that she's having a panic attack. She's having a tough time asking the question. Now, I think that this shows that Trump is a very empathetic person. He's not a ruthless, bigoted, hateful person.
Hey guys, I want to give a quick shout out to our amazing sponsor, Bonner Private Wines Partnership. Do you guys like drinking wine with dinner, but get tired of the overly sugary, mass-produced stuff that you find at the grocery store? Well, let me tell you about something different. Wines from extreme altitudes not only taste better, but are actually better for you. These wines come from up to 9,000 feet in the Andes Mountains of Argentina and are packed with polyphenols and antioxidants, compounds that are known to be good for your heart health and your overall health. What does that mean for you? Wines that are rich in flavor and pure without being full of chemicals and dyes that you'd find in generic wines. Imagine tasting smoky, bold tasting wine in a bottle that is crafted in one of the most remote places in the world. The Bonner Private Wines Partnership makes it easy to get these rare wines. Right now you can save $25 on your first order and get complimentary shipping. Just visit bonnerprivatewines.com/JayWalk to get started. This is a healthier, tastier wine experience you won't want to miss out on. Now let's get back to the video.
You know, if you watch MSNBC and CNN, you think that Trump is supposed to hate women, but this shows otherwise. I think this shows Trump being very empathetic and very kind and helping this woman along, and it's great to see it. It kind of gives you an insight into Trump's true nature, and there's other sides to him. He's not just the loud, charismatic, tough guy at the rallies, but he also is a compassionate and empathetic person like we see here. Now, the question that the woman asked about inflation and prices, the price of childcare and basically just the price of raising a family nowadays is getting out of control. And this is a major problem because it's de-incentivizing people from starting families, from being able to start families and to afford the things that they need to take care of their kids. This is, I would say, what bigger problem is there than that? That is up there with the border, up there with everything, the transgender youth stuff. So Trump's response, I thought, was very good. He says that he accomplished the biggest tax cuts, bigger than Reagan's, and that's how he's going to try to make things cheaper and more affordable for Americans, is continuing to cut taxes, unnecessary taxes, for middle class and lower class Americans that need the help. And there's other things. His economic game plan, I think, is a very strong one and a very hopeful one. He's trying to bring manufacturing back to this country, and he's trying to incentivize companies to make their products here. I hope it goes without saying, but maybe for some people it doesn't. Trump is clearly the stronger economic choice between Kamala Harris and Trump. Or, the two people that we have to choose from in this election. If you care about the economy, if you care about prices and inflation, if you care about somebody being competent with money and having business experience, that is clearly Donald Trump and not Kamala Harris, who comes from the world of the bloated Washington, D.C. bureaucracy, just deep government. That's what her career has been, basically just working for the government forever. She's never built a business. She's never had to balance a budget and deal with profit margins or anything that the real world teaches you. She is that classic politician who works for the government, who doesn't have any real world experience, right? And even as vice president, what the heck has she done that she can hang her hat on? Whereas Donald Trump's entire life is almost miraculous, what the guy has done in business, in entertainment, in media, in real estate, being able to grow his father's millions into billions of dollars. Might sound, like a joke to some people, but that is incredibly hard. It takes a very driven and smart individual to do that. And of course, I always say this too, Trump has made mistakes in the past. He's had failed business projects, but anybody would, if you're trying then and you're taking a risk, of course you're going to have failures, but it's about learning from those failures. And I think at this point, Trump, again, I hope it goes without saying, Trump is the more experienced person and the stronger person with economics and putting this country on the right track economically, which I think is really, every other problem we have stems from that. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this clip in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you get notified when we post new videos. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.